Hello everyone, my name is Katie. I am the Introverted Reader. Welcome back. This video is going to be the mid-year freakout tag because I don't remember whether or not I did this tag last year or not. I know I did it in 2019, but I can't remember if I did it last year or not. But I'm here with this. Remember this? Because I knew I had written down the questions for this tag somewhere and I found this ratty old thing. If you've been on my channel for a while, you know, like anytime I did a tag, I had this in my hand reading the questions out, but I have the questions for this tag written in here, so yay! So let's just get into it, you know? Again, I can't remember whether or not I did this last year or not. If I have done, it's on my channel somewhere. But anyway, y'all know how this goes. Okay, so the first question, best book of 2021 thus far. Now, I have read quite a number of amazing books this year thus far, and I'm really, really happy about that. Like, I'm loving my progress as of lately because there's hardly been any duds. I mean, being fair, the month of April wasn't really great for me, you know, just in most aspects of my life, and that reading month wasn't great. But in spite of all of that, I've read some really amazing books, like obviously You're the One That I Want by Simon James Green, House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune, Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare, what other ones? All of the Avatar comics that I've read, and I think I have read all of the Avatar comics now, actually, which makes me both happy and sad at the same time. I think I need to rewatch the show. Anyway, so I would pick from any one of those. Best sequel of 2021. Now, I don't mean to bring it up again, but Chain of Iron, like that, I love that book so much. Like, just Cassandra Clare in general. Like, I know she's not everybody's cup of tea, but the Shadowhunter world is just like a comfort read for me. Like, I love that world. I started reading her books when I was like 16, 17 years old. So her books have been in my life for a long time. And reading Chain of Iron this year, I was just like, oh, I loved it so much. It just got me, and it hit every emotional button. Like, it was just wonderful. I loved it. New release you haven't read yet but want to. That's nearly every single G-dang book on my shelf, but one that I have here, Lost in the Neverwoods by Aidan Thomas. I've had this on my shelf for a while now. Like, I've been staring at you for quite a while, and it's absolutely gorgeous, and I haven't read it yet. I don't know why. Like, I thought about reading it this month, but I just had far too many books on my shelf, or on my TBR for this month as it was, and I didn't have time. I could have done so much more if I only had time. But yeah, I haven't read this yet, and I really, really want to. Like, I need to, because I don't think I've ever read a Peter Pan retelling. I don't think I have. If there's any other like Peter Pan retellings out there that I should be aware of, comment down below, let me know. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Honestly, I'm not really the person you want to go to when we're talking about new releases, because I'm not really the type to like look in and keep up with things like this. I know that Renee Ahdieh is going to be releasing the third book in the Beautiful trilogy soon. I think it's called The Righteous. I've seen the cover for it. The cover's gorgeous. Because I love The Beautiful, I love The Damned, and I'm really, really excited to read the third one and see how it all comes together. But I'm not really sure what other new books are coming out in the latter half of this year. Again, let me know in the comments. Let me know. And the gayer the better, so just comment, let me know. Biggest disappointment. Again, just going back to the month of April, because if you remember, in the month of April, I gathered up all the books that I missed out on for the last few months and attempted to read those. And there were some good ones in there. But I think probably my biggest disappointment was the King Arthur book that I read, Cursed. It was like supposed to be like a gender-bent retelling of the Arthurian legend, and barely any plot. The characters were flat. None of them had any personalities. It was just blah. Honestly, it was blah. And if you saw my recent unhaul video, it was in there. It's on its way out. I don't know where I'm gonna donate it to. Like, it's all just sitting in my house. I think I might try and donate it to a library, but yeah, it was definitely my biggest disappointment thus far because I was really excited about reading it. And again, if there's any other Arthurian retellings that I should know about, let me know. I already have Legendborn, so anything along those lines, let me know, because I want to read them. Biggest surprise. Biggest surprise. Biggest surprise. To be honest, let me see. Biggest surprise. What would my biggest surprise be? I don't know. I'm surprised I'm surprised I'm able to think of any. Oh, wait. No, I thought of one. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. Again, another favorite. It's not that I thought that I wouldn't enjoy it. Well, I mean, there was a part of me that thought that I wouldn't enjoy it. Mostly just because I don't read a whole lot of like murder mystery books like that, you know, and I realize it's young adult and there's probably like more hard-hitting adult stuff out there. I'm not ready for that stuff yet. I'm gonna stick with the young adult for now. But honestly, it was dark, it was gritty, it was honestly kind of scary in some parts. And honestly, I flew through that book and I gave it 5 stars, and I was really surprised because that's not a genre that I typically reach for. So yeah, very quite surprised. Favorite no author. I just talked about her, Holly Jackson. Let me see, what other authors have I encountered this year? Adiba Jagardar, author of The Henna Wars, which is up there. What other ones? George Lester. I really would love anything that he's ever written, ever. Those only 3 I can think of at the top of my head. I know there's probably more, but I'm old and I forget. Newest fictional crush? It's definitely been a while since I've got a fictional crush in a book. I've plenty of like TV and movie crushes. But like book-wise, I mean, I guess I'll just play it safe and say James Herondale, because who doesn't love the Herondales, am I right? Newest favorite character. Linus from House in the Cerulean Sea, loved him. Freddie from You're the One That I Want. Honey and Issue from Honey and Issue's Guide to Fake Dating. Love the 2 of them, both of them queens. Pip from the Good Girl's Guide to Murder. That's really all I can think of right now. Book that made you cry. A book that made me cry. I don't mean to talk about it again, but Chain of Iron. It's on the bottom shelf of this thing behind me, but I can't be annoyed lifting it. It's a chunky book. But yeah, Chain of Iron got me. Good Girl, Bad Blood, the sequel to Guide to Murder, made me tear up. Yeah, so I don't really cry a whole lot in books. It takes a lot for me to really, really cry in anything, really, and especially in books. The next question. Book that made you happy. House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. Like, the found family trope is just everything. I love reading a story whenever characters find people that are like, they're almost like soul family. Like, they're not family by blood, but they just feel that instant connection. And Linus totally gets that with the children in this book. So definitely this one. Another book that made me happy. This amazing, beautiful thing right here. Another book that made me happy. All the Avatar comics that I read, they all made me really happy. Most beautiful book you've bought so far. Now, again, I showed you Lost in the Neverwoods, but I need to show you this one again. This book here. This is, obviously Nightmare Before Christmas. This is the Animated Classics edition. There's other Disney classics that are, made in this edition, but like the end pages, come on. And there's like all like concept art in here. Like, look at that. Look at that. And like, hold on, let me see if there's another picture in here I could show you. What's this one? Like, see, there's like concept art in here, like early sketches, and like definitely definitely worth it. Like, obviously I love Nightmare Before Christmas. Like, Jack is right there. Hold on, he's right there. Sally's there, Jack's there. Jack is also down here as well. Like, I love that movie, and like, oh my goodness, can you stand up? There we go. Just, I love this movie and just like everything. And like I said, there's other Disney stories that are made in these editions, and do I kind of low-key want to collect them a little bit? Let me see. Oh, also my Daughter Smoke and Bone collections there, my Illumicrate ones, they're pretty beautiful. What books do you need to read by the end of the year? Well, I mentioned this. I want to read this. I want to be able to have caught up with the Grishaverse by the end of this year. I know that's not like a new release or anything for this year, but it's a series that I want to go back and reread. I want to read more manga. Definitely, I want to do what I did back in May and like just read a whole bunch of graphic novels and manga again, because I really enjoyed doing that. All of the middle grade that I have, like, I want to read more middle grade. I bought myself quite a few little middle grade books. I want to read more books by BIPOC authors. I want to read more books by trans authors. Like, I just want to read all the books. And if you have any suggestions whatsoever, feel free to leave them in the comments. You know, the more diverse, the better. You know, like, just give me them all. Give me them all. Give me all the recommendations. I don't care if it's middle grade, young adult, you know, fantasy, whatever. Like, I don't care. Just recommend them. Okay, recommend them for me, because I need to know. And anything that's coming out later this year, comment section, hit me up, let me know. So yeah, that was the mid-year freakout tag. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me ask you guys a question. What question should I ask you? Do you know what? I want to know what your favorite book of the year is thus far. Like, what book have you read in the last month or so that you just swoon over and that you're swearing up and down that everybody needs to read because you'll die if they don't? Like, let me know in the comments. So yeah, that's it for this tag. Thanks for watching. My Twitter, Instagram are down below as always. Subscribe, ring the bell, leave a comment, do all the things. And yeah, hope you're all doing well. Bye.